wondered whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got kind of tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Just maybe think of me once in a while. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh, that's right. We're not in Cincinnati. We're in Greenwood, South Carolina, where it's rather hot out there. Let me tell you, whoo-wee, it is, it's hot. I was outside with Penny there just a few minutes ago, and wow. But anywho, let's go ahead and get a quick check of the weather so we can really see how hot it is out there. I think I saw 89, 90 degrees when I was out a little while ago. Right now it is 90, but it feels like 94 degrees, and we are looking for a low tonight of 69, partly cloudy weather out there. So let's see what else we have going on for this week. We've got some, We've got good weather, a little bit of rain maybe, which I think we need. Tomorrow, Thursday, it's going to be a high of 84 and a low of 68. And there is a 51% chance of some rain, so partly to mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. Chance of rain is 50%. Thursday night, we are looking with cloudy with occasional rain after midnight, low of 68. Chance of rain 70%. Rainfall around 1/4 of an inch. Well, that'll certainly help maybe cool it down some. On Friday, we have a high of 78. Overcast with rain showers at times. That's right, 70% chance of rain. Low of 66, and that's on Friday. Saturday looks like it's going to come in at a high of 80 degrees, a low of 64, and a 20% chance of some rain. Sunday comes in with a wow, I got people calling everywhere. High of 79 and a low of 64. So, that's kind of what we're looking at for the weather, but it has been a little hot this week. I will say that. But it looks like it's going to cool down and be no higher than 80 next week, which is great. So, how are you doing this afternoon? Hope you've had a good week so far. It is hump day. That's right. Wednesday is hump day. Halfway through the week, and for some, they're over half, because tomorrow's the last day of the week for our county government, and some other offices are closed on Friday, so there you go. But that's okay. There are those of us that work 6 and 7 days a week, right? Oh my gosh. All right, well listen, this is the show about...
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Ah, that's right. What's up with that? There's a lot going on, and so I thought maybe we would go ahead and just kind of talk about some of the events that are coming up and going on this week. I know some of you may be well informed about what's going on. Some of you may not. So that's why I like to do this. And when we can do it once a week, we're going to do it once a week. Sometimes we have so many guests lined up, we don't have that possibility. But today we do. Yesterday, we had Miss Edith Childs on the radio with us here. You really need to go back and check out that video. It's on should be on our Facebook. It's on our Facebook page and should be on our webpage, WCRS1450am.net. She was styling yesterday. She was dressed to the nines for her appearance right here on WCRS, as you would only expect Miss Edith Childs to do. We talked about the fact that they have just paid off their mortgage on the Little River Multicultural Center up there in Hodges, and we talked about what's next. So you might want to check that that podcast that we have, as I said, on our Facebook page. And to find those on the Facebook page, a lot of people say, and I can't find it. You just go to WCRS 98.5 FM /1450 AM. Click on videos, and there's you'll always find all our videos right there. Or you can go to our webpage at WCRS1450am.net. Well, I do want to start off by saying we certainly started today as another day of just horrific murders right there in Dallas, Texas at an ICE center. A shooter was on top of a building, shot random shots. I thought when I first heard about this case that it was specifically targeted towards the detainees that got shot. But what we are now learning, and some of this is probably still open for interpretation, but what we are learning is that this guy who killed himself after this shooting spree was actually shooting up the building, the ICE building, as well as happened to have shot, I believe it was 3 detainees. 1 or 2 have died. I haven't seen the last list, and it was very confusing there for a while. But the bottom line, and the bullets were marked with anti-ICE sayings on them. I think they thought that it was a magic marker or something like that, a permanent marker that was marked on them. This is just insane and has got to stop. I know I don't need to reiterate it, the whole story, because I know it's been in the news all day, but I just wanted to mention it. This is just a horrific place for our country to be, a horrific place for our country to be. So I thought I would mention that, and more details will be coming out on that. In our own community, right here in Greenwood, out there at Velux, they had an incident where somebody put a cup of hot chocolate and a rope in somebody's locker. Now, we talked about that extensively this morning on the morning show. I'm actually not going to go through it, but this is another just terrible incident, and just filled with hate. Velux has reacted very strongly, although they say at this point they do not know who did this. They are making changes. They're putting more cameras in. They're also going to give individual lockers with locks, so they have made some changes based on this. But the very fact that this was happening right here in our community, to me, is kind of unbelievable. So I'm going to leave that one. Again, I did discuss that pretty much this morning on the I Love Ann show, and that video is right there on our Facebook page, WCRS 98.5 FM, 1450 AM. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand it at all. I am, for one, very glad that I live in Greenwood, South Carolina. But, then I've got the police report here, the Greenwood police report, that I thought I would share with you. This was for last weekend, Friday, September 19th through Sunday, September 21st. Officers answered 310. Let me say that again, 310 calls for service. So we're going to do the Greenwood Police Blotter Report. Let's cue up the music, and I will tell you who all was arrested last weekend. Now, this just covers the weekend. This is not every day. This is just the weekend, and this is within the city. So let's take that away. From the Greenwood Police Blotter, Every week, the Greenwood Police Department and WCRS will present to the Greenwood community updates to the activity and arrests made in the city of Greenwood. This is a public service to our Greenwood community. So there you go. All suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. A presumption of innocence means that any defendant in a criminal trial is assumed to be innocent until they have been proven guilty. As such, a prosecutor is required to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the person committed the crime if that person is to be convicted. To do so, proof must be shown for every single element of a crime. This police blotter report is from Friday, September 19th through Sunday, September 21st, and officers answered, as I said, 310 calls for service. Arrested persons: Alan Farrow, public drunk; Larry Dean, warrant; Darnell Smith, warrant; Ryan Davis, warrant; David Payton, warrant; Alicia Moore, warrant; Mario Perez Mendez, public drunk; Aya Johnson, disorderly conduct; Julia Overton, shoplifting; Lakeisha Jennings Guillebeau, I think, public drunk; Jamaris, warrant; Maurice Williams, driving without a valid driver's license, false name, and date of birth to police. Marilyn Middleton was for a warrant. Shareem Graham was for a warrant. Julia Overton, trespassing, false name, date of birth to police. Anthony Nicholson, driving under the influence, third plus, driving under suspension. Other arrests were made, but the individuals were released on a courtesy summons. 1 person for driving without a valid driver's license, 4 persons for driving under suspension. And that concludes the Greenwood Police Department from our police blotter for Friday, September 19th through Sunday, September 21st. This will conclude from the Greenwood Police Blotter and WCRS. Make sure you tune in next week for this informative and necessary recognition of what our Greenwood Police Department does to keep the Greenwood community safe. Oh, that's right. So that was our Greenwood Police Department report. We do try to get that out there. I don't always get it out there every week, but this week we had the time, so we definitely put it out there. You know, crime is something that we just can't seem to get our hands around. And, you know, when you look at that police report and you see 310 calls for service. Now, that's not always criminal activity. It's disturbances at a house. I mean, people not arguing. I mean, not always everything ends in an arrest, but it is something that the police have to respond to because that is their job. All right. In other things coming up, I want to make sure you know that the veterans are having a stand down next October 1st. That goes from 9 to 1. It is at Emmanuel Lutheran Church, which is at 501 East Cresswell Avenue right here in Greenwood. This is an opportunity for either the veteran themselves or if you know a veteran that is in need of services and hasn't been able to get it. If you as a veteran will take them to this event, they are going to be doing free haircuts, free lunch, free hygiene packs. You will be able to you need to bring your DD-214, a VA card or ID card. And they are going to have about, I think I heard 30 services are going to be all there in one place. So this is an opportunity to help somebody who's a veteran who is struggling or just hasn't been able to get things that they need. So they will be able to get VA enrollment, request a DD-214, get access to benefits, get help with addiction, education, employment, eyeglasses, handicap access, homelessness, housing, job training, legal, medical, rent, and utilities. And it says if you don't need help, please bring a veteran that does. That is October 1st, which is next Wednesday from 9 to 1 at the Emmanuel Lutheran Church. And that's 501 East Crestwell right here in Greenwood. So this is an excellent event. They did it last year and they had excellent results. So they wanted to do it again. But this is an opportunity for any veteran to get the help they need because they've corralled so many services in one place. So please take advantage of it. And again, if you know somebody that needs help that's a veteran, please get them to that event. Please get them to that event. That would be so awesome to see them getting help. All right. In other things that are going on, let's see what else we have. I want to make sure you know about this new telephone number. This is a telephone number that I'm really excited about. Yes, because, okay. I'm really excited about it because we have the ability for me to get your comments, whether you text them to me or whether you want to call. This service that I've employed will now convert everything to a text. So that means while I'm live on the air, I can find out about it and I can share it. So for example, if you know of an event that I don't mention and you want to text me at this number or call and have that message converted to a text, then that's what we'll do. This service just gives me a text, or you can text either way. 864-332-9355. That's 864-332-9355. So that's our new number. Now our legacy number is still the same, 864-229-7984. Of course, you can text on that number, but on the other one, it just goes to an answering machine. That's why I like this new service so much. Again, 864-332-9355, because it'll give me a text of what you're saying. So don't be shy, and at least give me your first name. Please give me your first name so that I can make sure that I know this. And that I can put out whatever you're talking about. So let's carry on here and talk about some more events. And if you'd like to comment on our Facebook Live, I always love it when people comment on my Facebook Live. Just got a little few stars here from Jonathan. Hey, Ann, I hope you and Penny are having a great day. We are having a great day. And I tell you what, Penny has been practicing sitting in her chair so that she can come live on the radio with us. So I don't know. We might start it October 1st. I don't know if she'll be ready or not. We could always try it. We'll be trying it on the morning show. Okay, on the morning show. I don't think I'll do it on the afternoon show because it'd just be too crazy on the afternoon show. But on the morning show, we could have a little comic relief with Penny. So right now she needs a haircut and a bath. She's been out in that field enjoying herself a little bit too much, but she is getting excited about putting her 2 cents worth in as Princess Penny. All right. So what else have we got going on? We've got a lot going on. Let me get to my where I'm supposed to be getting here, and I will start sharing some of this stuff with you right here on WCRS Radio. So we've got let me refresh my page. I'm not sure I got the most recent page there. But let's see what we've got. Spirit Night is going to be at DQ Dairy Queen, the 72 Bypass, Friday, September 26th from 5 to 10. This is for Benjamin Mays Elementary School. Please remember to let the cashier know that you are there for Mays Elementary Schools. Mays will receive 15% of all net sales if told it's for Mays Elementary. So see, if you don't tell them, they don't know. Now, here's the other thing. On Friday and Saturday nights, Dairy Queen stays open till midnight. And one of the things that we're working on for a new special for Dairy Queen is the fact that you can get all drinks, anything with a straw in it, will be at half price drinks for happy hour at DQ. So you go to the game, after the game you want to go somewhere, go by Dairy Queen. Have a little happy hour. That's right. They'll be open till midnight Friday and Saturday night. And so take advantage of it. It is a new special that we are going to be helping them promote right here on WCRS. But Spirit Night for Mays is Friday night, so you can get in on that. And the net sales from that, they will get 15%, and it will support Mays Rays over there and all the good programs that they have going on over there. Now, coming up on Saturday over there in Ware Shoals, they are having quite a program over there where second annual Fall Art Soiree. This is the Ware Shoals History and Tourism. Ware Shoals History and Tourism is proud to present the second Ware Shoals Fall Art Soiree, featuring local artists and some very talented students. The artists will be on hand to answer questions and have won multiple awards and have some of their work displayed in galleries around the world. Artists, live music, artisans, raffles, food trucks, kids venue, and more. They say bring a lawn chair and enjoy the day at the historic Catherine Hall. So that is pretty darn cool. They also are going to have Soul in the Shoals, field party and vendor fair. Money Train is going to, it's a money train, I guess. They're going to have vendors, a mechanical bull, oh my God, food trucks. They're going to have all kinds of artists there. Gates open at 12 noon until 9 p.m. Early bird tickets are $10 on Eventbrite, $20 at the gate. No coolers allowed. And again, they do have, they want you to come out and have a good time. Vendors, mechanical bull, food trucks, and lots of music. So that's another cool event that is going on over in Ware Shoals. So it's going to be a really, really, really big weekend over there in Ware Shoals on Saturday. Now, many of us remember what happened on the 26th and the 27th of September. Helene came blowing through here, and we have never been the same since then. You know, I every time I drive around and I see the trees that are missing now, the huge, not holes, but the empty spaces where big trees were, it really hurts your heart. And when you see houses that still have tarps on their roofs, and this has been going on for a year now, we're a lot better than we were, but you remember back to that devastation, and it really is, I think, for a lot of people, there will be some fear going on about that. But they are having a free tree giveaway in recognition of the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane Helene. This is going to support an ongoing effort to revitalize our tree canopy in the hardest hit areas. They will be out at the Greenwood County Farmers Market Saturday, September 27th from 9 to 11. You actually can go online and reserve online today. treesupstate.org/free trees. So again, that's treesupstate.org/free trees. And this will allow you to get a free tree. Now, it says they've got species available. Pawpaw, what is it? Black tupelo, crabapple, white oak, bald cypress, is that right? Tulip, poplar, and eastern redbud. Limit 2 trees per household. And this is in recognition of the first anniversary of Hurricane Helene. The Trees Upstate is partnering with Duke Energy to host a free tree giveaway this Saturday at the Farmers Market out there at the old Civic Center site. The event runs from 9 to 11 on September 27th, which is Saturday. Pre-registration has ended, but it says a number of trees will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. So I guess they have a group of trees that have been reserved, but they will have some trees that you still would be able to get. But I would think if you want to do that, you probably ought to be out there around 9 o'clock to get those trees. I hope you're enjoying this, because what I was trying to do here today is just give you all the things that are happening, not right in Greenwood, but in our surrounding area, something that's not too far a drive, or if you want to get away and do something fun. And down there at the Newberry Opera House, this, I guess it's this Friday, September 25th at 7:30, it is 100 Years of Hank. And My Honky Tonk Heroes. It's starring Jason Petty. He is going to be channeling some Hank Williams. And this is a heartfelt tribute featuring timeless hits, stories from those who knew Hank best, and the sound that still inspires musicians today. So you can check out the Newberry Opera House, get your tickets down there. Don't see how much the tickets are, I don't think, but check that out. That's at the Newberry Opera House. Go down there maybe and have a early dinner and go see Hank Williams as Jason Petty interprets him. I love those shows. I don't know about you, but when somebody's really good at doing the show, it is awesome to be able to relive the time. I was out at the YMCA today because I was out there doing some videos of Rocksteady Boxing, because next week on Tuesday we're going to be talking about Rocksteady Boxing right here on Meet Me at the Diner. And this is a program that is for people with Parkinson's disease. They have found that through exercise and coordination that they are able to extend somebody's life of being vital and active. And it really is a tremendous program. I'm really excited to be bringing you that next week. But one of the questions that Jan Rushton out there, at the end they sit down, they have a little conversation. And the question today was, what, if you could go back in time, if you were in a time machine, what concert would you like to see? And there were all different kinds, from classical music to there were some religious ones, lots of rock and roll. Tina Turner, oh my God, that was a good one. I actually saw Tina Turner live in concert twice. Once in Atlanta, out there at the Lakewood. I think it was Lakewood Center. It was an outside concert, great time. And then saw her in Greenville on one of her last tours. She was actually the backup, or the first act in Greenville was Joe Crocker. Can you believe it? I mean, I was like, wow. Joe actually, I thought, knocked it out of the park. The second concert, the one I saw in Greenville, better than Tina Turner did. But it was interesting to hear all the different people that they would like to see. Somebody said Elvis. They would like to have seen an original Elvis concert. I think that would be really cool. And nobody said the Beatles, which, I thought that was kind of interesting. Nobody said the Beatles. I think I would have liked to have been able to see the Beatles. Somebody wanted to go to Woodstock, wanted to be able to go see Woodstock. I think going to see Woodstock would be great if you didn't have to get all nasty, right? But anyways, there were so many different ones, and music and being able to channel the different music is a great thing. You know, a couple of weeks ago, Shannon Tanner from down there at Hilton Head, Shannon Tanner and the Oyster Reefers were here. We went into the schools and shared Jimmy Buffett music, as well as doing a Jimmy Buffett interpretive concert by Shannon Tanner. It was a lot of fun, and makes you relive some of the times, and you remember the songs. Some of them you may have even forgotten about. So, well, that was offhanded, Ann. Yep, it was. But that's why I do this show, just to share. If you've got something you'd like to share, 864-332-9355. You can just pick up that phone, leave a message, and it'll turn it into a text, and then I can share it with you. And you can also just text at that number. I would appreciate at least a first name that I can put with that, because we're going to have a lot of people using this number, and it sure helps me out when I'm trying to keep all the calls straight. So it is just a text and message line. That's all it is. And the message that you leave gets turned into a text. So 864-332-9355 is the new number. Our legacy number remains the same, 864-229-7984. Let's see, what does Chris say? He sent us a message here. What's Chris saying today? I want to see high energy and cool in the gang. They were in Anderson the other week. Well, see, I mean, you could go back further than that, Chris. That's the thing. If you had a time travel machine, you could go anywhere, couldn't you? All right. So anyways, that was one call. We've got some other calls coming in here. Let's see. We got another call coming in. Oh, there's two calls coming in. Well, let's see. What do they say? George says he thinks that I'm right about wanting to see the Beatles, even though it was more of a girl thing. Oh, come on. Can you imagine the excitement? And if you were at the Ed Sullivan Show, to see that excitement, them getting off the plane. I mean, you know, you just remember all these things, and to be right in the mix. Wouldn't that be exciting? Somebody else had said, who else? What have we got here? Somebody else said the Moody Blues. Who is it? John said the Moody Blues would be someone they'd like to see. See, we can definitely tell we're of a certain age, can't we? Yes, we can. So when you get a chance to see these artists, we need to take advantage of it. And if you miss those artists, sometimes a tribute show will satisfy if it's really good, but it's got to be a really good tribute show. All right, let's move on and talk about some of the other things that are coming up. This is for tomorrow. The Savannah Area Agency on Aging is doing a event for seniors. It says, we don't believe in holding back because we love sharing community resources. Senior Day 2025 is for everyone 60 plus across Abbeville, Greenwood, Edgefield, Lawrence, McCormick, and Saluda counties. With 35 plus community resource agencies bringing info, goodies, and support, this is a celebration you don't want to keep to yourself. Help us spread the word by sharing this post. Well, I am sharing it. I'm speaking it. Telling a friend and bring a neighbor. Fun resources, entertainment, and perks will all be waiting for you. Now, this is at the Harris Baptist Church, 300 Center Street, right here in Greenwood. It is, let's see if I can see it. Come hang out September 25th. That is tomorrow from 10 to 2. They're going to have an Elvis impersonator. They're going to have the ice cream experience. Well, that's for kids of all ages, right? What else have we got here? Let's see, what else do they say? They're having a DJ there from 12 to 2. They're having a relaxation station, hand and neck massages, community resources, learn and take some helpful info home. Senior swag, temporary tattoos. Woohoo! If you're a senior and you never got a tattoo and you'd like to get one, well, this is your day to fool your family and make them think you went out and went a little crazy because they're just temporary tattoos. All right, exciting door prizes throughout the day, and it says sip, snack, and socialize. Games galore, bingo prizes, and more. So that sounds like a pretty cool day, and that is at the Harris Baptist Church, 300 Center Street, right here in Greenwood. So that's an event that you might want to put on your calendar. It is tomorrow. So gather up a friend and have a good time. Gather up a friend and have a good time. All right. Now, what else have we got? This is not in any particular order. I just want y'all to know. I pull these events off of Facebook. I try to organize them, but it never works. So I just have to let it rip. You know, Empty Bowls is coming up very, very soon. In fact, that'll be October 16th at 5 p.m. And they're having a celebrity guest chef, Greenwood native Michael Siebert, Chef Mike. And he has an award-winning restaurant. But they are excited that, exciting news, this year's Empty Bowls of Greenwood fundraising event, Thursday, October 16th, we will have Greenwood native Michael Siebert, Chef Mike, as our on-site chef for the evening. He's returning home to support the mission work of the soup kitchen. Tickets are still available, and Chef Mike will have soup samples to taste and purchase. Get your tickets now. You can get your ticket location, Food Bank of the Lakelands, 222 East Avenue, right here in Greenwood. Now, Chef Mike. What is so special about Chef Mike? Well, Chef Michael Siebert is one of South Carolina's most dynamic culinary talents, celebrated for his bold Cajun Creole flavors, commitment to local ingredients, and a growing national profile. He's a Greenwood native. He's trained at Cornell University and the Culinary Institute of the Carolinas before taking his first executive chef role at just 22. Today, he is the chef owner of White Wine and Butter in Greer, where his passion for food and community converge. He has gotten statewide and national recognition. In 2024, he was named a South Carolina Chef Ambassador, honored as an Entrepreneur of the Year by the Greater Greer Chamber of Commerce, and presented with the key to the city of Greer. He has twice competed on the Food Network, first on Guy's Grocery Games, and most recently as the champion of Chopped in 2025. So this is going to be a big event and definitely elevates the Empty Bowls event quite a bit. So I hope you're going to get your tickets and be able to go there on October 16th. October 16th. Check that out. We'll have more information on that as that gets a little closer. A little closer. So, what else do we have? Oh, there I am. Meet me at the diner with Ann Eller. What's up, Greenwood?
What's up with that? What's up with that? Ooh-wee. What's up with that?
Oh, yeah. What's up with that? That's what I'm doing this afternoon. What's up with that? Now, there is also... Tell you what, when somebody says there's nothing to do in Greenwood, they really don't know Greenwood or they don't know where to look. Because coming up this Saturday, Faith Home Fish Fry Fundraiser. Saturday, September 27th, delicious fish plate at the Greenwood Resale Store. Enjoy generous plates of flounder fillet or bone-in catfish for just $12 each. Complete with all the fixings, fries, slaw, hush puppies, and tartar sauce. Excuse me. That will be going on from 11 to 2 at the Greenwood Resale Store, which is, of course, at 1420 Montague Avenue Extension. Come support a great cause while enjoying a tasty meal. We can't wait to see you. Catfish or flounder plates, just $12 with all the fixings. You don't want to miss that. That's coming up this Saturday. That's called the Easy Lunch, or maybe the Easy Lunch / dinner. And it is very generous. So, but again, get there early because they do have a tendency to sell out. So there you go. What else do we have here? We've got a text message here. Okay, text message. All right. Well, we'll answer that question in just a second. We've got, well, I should tell you this. We can go ahead and stop and talk about this. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have Anthony Price on the air with us. He, of course, is the executive director of Pathway House, but he has been working with the group of veterans that have been organizing the Veteran Stand Down, and he's going to be on the air with us from 9:30 to 10-ish. We're going to be talking about the services, how it all comes together. Doesn't cost you a thing. Want to have a good turnout for this, so we are going to be talking with Anthony Price 9:30 to 10 tomorrow morning on the Veteran Stand Down. If you'd like to know more about it, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning. Now, we've done talking about events, and I've got more that I want to talk about, but I also want to talk about Abby Banks. Abby Banks is the Greenwood County Public Information Officer. She has become she's one of a group of 201 executive public information officers worldwide who just graduated last week from the highly selective Executive Public Information Officer Program through FEMA at the National Disaster and Emergency Management University in Maryland. So Banks was one of only 22 public information officers from across the United States, not from just South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia maybe. She's from across the whole United States, one of 22 to graduate from this year's cohort after completing an intensive 10-month program designed to prepare public information officers for executive-level leadership, strategic decision-making, and trusted advisor roles with their organizations. So I want to say congratulations, Abby. That is certainly an accomplishment. So, there you go. That's a good one, and that's a lot of work, and that's a lot of commitment, as well as keeping a job and keeping everybody informed with everything going on. Now, this is one that I definitely wanted to get to today. You know, back in 1988, Oakland Elementary School had the first school shooting, I believe, in the whole United States. And I think this was September 26. Am I right? September 26. And so we have had a whole generation of children who grew up with the stress and the anxiety and the PTSD, not to name the teachers, the loss of life that we have. Of course, that school was called the Eleanor B. Rice School. But it happened. It happened right here in Greenwood, and this Saturday in Greenwood, South Carolina, you can help. This is a community volunteer work day for the Eleanor S. Rice Elementary. It used to be called Oakland Elementary, and you maybe remember Eleanor Rice lost her life. There was some bravery beyond belief when that happened, and the families of Shaquilla Bradley and Tequila Thomas still call this home. Survivors of the 1988 Oakland Elementary School shooting still live here. For 37 years, their families have grieved. Survivors have carried the trauma. Our community moved on. This Saturday changes that. They are having a community volunteer work day at the Eleanor S. Rice Elementary School Saturday, September 27th from 8 to 12. It says, bring your tools, your heart, and your presence. This is bigger than a garden. This is an acknowledgement. And they have a memorial garden back there, and they're having a memorial garden community work day. And it says, we are asking for volunteers of all ages, just 4 hours of your time, or stop by and show your support. Ideas of what to bring: water, work gloves and sun hat, shovel and gardening tools, chair and a canopy. Bring these things personally so when you come out there to work. We need help with moving and placing rocks for a border, spreading fresh mulch, installing new signage, beautifying and cleaning up the garden, painting rocks with positive messages and artwork, future maintenance. For questions or to support in preserving this garden in the future, contact Shannon Hill. Shannon Hill was one of the children that was when that horrific day happened back in 1988. She was a child in there. She grew up with that memory in her soul. And someday, very soon, Shannon has told me she would come on the air and talk about the experience and what life has meant to her. And I think, sometimes we have a tendency to forget, and we have all these shootings and everything going on right now. And we always think of, I think, the nation always thinks of Columbine as the first school shooting. Where, in fact, it was Greenwood, South Carolina. The Oakland Elementary School was actually the first shooting in this nation, school shooting in this nation. So they want to spruce up this memorial garden back there. It says, our goal is to preserve and enhance the 1988 Oakland Elementary School Memorial Garden by improving the environment and strengthening educational and community connections. This outdoor classroom provides unique learning opportunities, fosters kindness, and serves as a lasting tribute to the children and all impacted by this tragedy. And it says this project is supported by the 1988 Oakland Elementary School Support Group, grant funding from the Keep Greenwood Beautiful and Palmetto Pride, and donated funds from New Spring Church. So anything that we can do to help with this project, and I think this is a great project to take children to so that they get a sense of kindness, and doing something would be a good thing. It says, if you provide an environment that is fun, yet structured and safe, children will enjoy coming to school. And that was said by Eleanor S. Rice. A lot going on from a memory standpoint this year. We have the Hurricane Helene coming through. I was talking to Edith yesterday. She said she was awake and it sounded like a train coming through. We have the shooting at Oakland Elementary School, and there is so much in life that tears us down. Oh, that's right. If you're on the radio, thank you very much for listening on the radio. It's 6 o'clock in the great city of Greenwood, South Carolina. If you're on Facebook Live, you probably said, why did you get quiet, Ann? Well, because. Anyways, I just want you to know that there is so much that tears us down. We need to do something to build ourselves up. We cannot forget about these things. but we surely can learn from the horror and the things that happen in life. So the only way to do on that is to build on it, So I hope that you will spend some time going by the Eleanor S. Rice School on Saturday morning. I hope you'll get out there and go by the farmers market in Uptown Greenwood. Also, not in Uptown, the farmers market out there at the Wilbank Center, or the Greenwood. It's not the Wilbank Center, it's the Greenwood County Recreation Center, excuse me. And I believe the farmers market in Uptown is going to be down at the fountain on Saturday because we have the Latin Festival will be going on. I think it's 11 to 7 on Saturday. So there's going to be salsa dancing and Hispanic music and food. All things Hispanic will be going on. Get out there and try something new. Be excited about the fact that we have all this going on. So whatever your pleasure is, whether it's art and music up there in Ware Shoals, whether it is the Latin Festival in Uptown Greenwood, or maybe you get the family together and you just say, I'm going to go out and just have a great time and spend the day going from one festival to another to another. So much good, but it helps that we also remember and learn from the things that were bad. That's going to do it for me. Hope you tune in tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, like I said, at 9:30, I should be on before that, but at 9:30, Anthony Price will be joining us for what, Ann? Oh, yeah, for the Veteran Stand Down, Anthony Price with Pathway House. He lended his services to help them make sure we're going to have a great program on October 1st from 9 to 1 for veterans. This is only for veterans, and it is to help them with services that they need, things that they need. I understand they have, for those in need, they have underwear and they have jackets and vests and all this kind of stuff. So if you know a veteran in need, make sure they get there. That is on, what is that? Wednesday is October 1st, am I right? Yes, Wednesday, October 1st. And next week on Meet Me at the Diner, we already have quite a schedule. We're going to be talking with the hospital, talking about their home health services. Many of you may not know that much about all the services, but they've also already expanded through South Regional to some other areas. So we're going to be talking about that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, the YMCA gals will be with us, and we'll be having a good time talking about rock steady boxing. I was so impressed. I got to interview some of the clients and what this program means to them. It's really going to be a great show. I hope that you will be able to tune in with us. That will be on October 1st, which is Wednesday. Thursday, I'm not sure I'm doing a show because they are having the Old 8 is having their ribbon cutting grand opening with the chamber, and I think that's going to conflict, and I might just have to go check that out. But I'll be sure to report. I'll be back in the morning, so tune in right here on WCRS. Remember, this is what you've been listening to today.
What's up with that? What's up with that? Ooh-wee. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Ah, yeah, that's What's Up With That. You've been listening to it with your host, Ann Eller, right here on WCRS Radio. That's going to do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you write this number down. Anytime you got a news tip, if you've got an event, if you've got something you think I should know, or you've got an opinion on what I'm talking about on the show, this is a number you can use anytime, 864-332-9228. 9355. That's 864-332-9355. You can leave a voice message. It gets turned into a text, and then I get to see it, so I can either respond to it or share it on the air. But it's also a great line if you want to let me know something that I should be apprised on or what's going on in our community. Of course, the legacy line will still be there, 864-229-7984. Stay safe, hug your loved ones, and try to make sense of this crazy world. That's it for me. I think I should say peace and love, over and out. That's it for me. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great evening, and we'll be back in the morning right here on WCRS Radio. Bye-bye, everybody. Take it away.